Hello everybody and welcome back once again to the High School Sports Beat brought to you by Alfred State College. I am Dave Yates. It is time now for the High School Notebook brought to you by Dunkin. America runs on Dunkin. And we are joined now by Matt Trabold from Channel 13, guy you see on the sidelines all over Section 5. Matt, great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Matt, high school football underway. Some great games out there. Let's talk about one between two of the biggest rivals in this area, Aquinas and McQuaid.
I mean, the magnitude of this upset was so massive. I mean, 2006, 13 years ago, was the last time that Aquinas fell to McQuaid. And it's a rivalry game, so there's a lot of hatred, and obviously it bubbles up a little bit more when you have it be so long ago. In 2006, I was a sophomore there. I remember being at that game. It was so big then, and it's so big when I was there from beginning to end this past weekend. And on top of the fact that it was so many years, it was what McQuaid lost from last year. Talk about one of the best QB wide receiver duos, Hunter Walsh, a guy who's now a D1 baseball player, and Ben Beauchamp catching passes. And a guy who's a main tight end right now, Connor Zamiera, their main ball carrier. And Pissarro, who's now his cousin, is the guy with the ball right now coming out of the backfield. And you mix in a kid, Jared Campbell, who's now at Pitt as the backup kicker. They lost so much, but they did so well. They brought up a kid in Joe Cairns. He is a dual threat horse at the quarterback position for McQuaid now. And like I said a second ago, Mark Pissarro was there last year. Andrew Pissarro is there now. He's the diminutive guy, 5'6", listed. I don't know what he is actually. Gets under tackles and then puts on the track and field afterburners. They are tough right now, and they've rebuilt so well, a lot better than I think a lot of people would have guessed out of them. And Aquinas, I think, will be fine. Manny Russell's virtually unstoppable. He has such a great route tree, and he uses his speed to beat guys and get separation all over the field. Some new names in there. I think they're going to be just fine. But that was a huge upset, and it was fun to watch just as a sports fan.
How about the atmosphere? Playing at Frontier Field, what was that like?
I think it was very, very impressive. You talk about the near side of the stands there at Frontier Field were almost entirely filled. And I think it was very good. You didn't see a lot of security issues. I don't think any. And you had maroon next to black and gold all over the place. So I think it was a very positive atmosphere on top of that. And it's very interesting. They had the student section for McQuaid, Simpa Society, very well known. They were right there by the Aquinas bench. So I think for the most part, everything stayed positive, and it was a great atmosphere, very loud. And I think it really added to the atmosphere overall, both on the field too.
Really quick, what are some of the other takeaways? What are the other things to look for after the early goings in Section 5?
I think Greece Arcadia. They played Irondequoit. Irondequoit lost a lot from last year, but it was very impressive what they did. And Cayman Crumity, their running back, has been one of the elite running backs in Section 5 for a few years now. But I think what makes them go from pleasant surprise last year to a legit sectional title contender this year is Brian Chernitsky. He had his moments last year as a freshman starting quarterback, but he's so much more poised as a sophomore this year. So I think that is something that can really, in terms of leadership, get them possibly further along than they did a season ago in terms of the sectionals. So Greece Arcadia, on top of McQuaid being so resurgent after they lost so much, as guys I'm really watching.
All right, awesome, Matt. Thanks for joining us. We're back with more of the High School Sports Beat brought to you by Alfred State College right after this.